Good afternoon. Time to wrap it up for September the 16th, 2014. What a day we've had. Look at the stock market, a 25-point rally. The tendency on FOMC meetings is to rally the market into it. We were puzzled about why the market was low this morning, and to watch out for that. I saw a trading range with a seller 80 to 85 and a buyer at 65 to 70. We wanted to get long in the 71 to 69. That was the trade of the day if you figured out how to stay with it. We tried a short in here, our first sell zone. Didn't really develop. We had support at 76, 78. It did, over a great period of time, work its way lower. China hits the market with a piece of news that they're going to add $500 billion, equivalent $500 billion to the market to stimulate their economy, and the market takes off and runs. So every central bank in the world is on the same page. They're all using various forms of debt to support their economies. That money goes somewhere. A lot of it ends up in the stock market. The consensus today is that the Fed's posture tomorrow will not change. They will keep conciliatory language in their statement towards when interest rates will be raised again, and about their concerns about the economy. They'll be concerned, still have soft spots, still an area of concern. Won't raise rates until the labor market has come back, and that's given them a big window because the labor market is definitely soft. So strong market today in anticipation of a favorable prognostication by the Fed. Okay, looking at the F1 screen right here, today's activity. Higher low, higher high. F1 says we're a buyer. Looking at F2, very strong P, trended twice. There used to be a rule that profilers would follow, where if there's over 6 ticks in a tail, the market could not come back without a major piece of news. So we have over 6 in this tail. The direction of trade was from the long side. E period breaks it out again. We trend. Last setback was 86.5, and we're looking for a close over 90. The first buy area for Globex overnight is going to be in the 90 area plus or minus, then in the 87 area. So 85 to 90 will be support for the overnight session, and you got to figure 95 to 2,000 will be resistance. So we're going to be selling failure to take out 95. Then 2,000 plus or minus, sell 2. Buy 1 is going to be 90 plus or minus, and then buy 2 will be 85, 87. Strong market. Tomorrow's news is CPI and core CPI looking for unchanged plus 0.2. Current account balance minus 112 billion. Nobody's going to pay any attention to it. Tomorrow's focus is going to be FOMC. The note this morning we caught really well. We wanted to sell 13s to 17s. We wanted to buy 4s to 8s. Higher low, higher high, that favors the buy side, so the F1 screen says we're buyers. Looking at the F2 screen, definitely dealing with a B. We came in this morning, basically we've seen resistance in the 12 area plus or minus. Last rotate up stopped at 10, 11. Now we're currently at 7.5. Right in here it's a B. I don't think anybody's going to do much. I think the Fed statement tomorrow will be again in the affirmative, keeping everything going as is. So we want to sell failure to take out 10 to 14. And then our next sell will be 18 to 22, leaning against that high right there for sell 2. I don't see how we get there. On the buy side, 1 to 5, lower it a little bit. Don't know what the stock market's going to do late today. And then 25 to 29 for buy 2. Tomorrow's news should not be a factor, and the reason it's not a factor is that the Fed is not worried about inflation. They're not raising interest rates to protect the market from inflation. So no one pays any attention to the inflation news. When the Fed starts to act on inflation and they start to comment about they're raising interest rates to protect inflation, then the focus will shift to the inflation news. Right now, no one cares. Knob spread came in today. Long-term players sold. Lost about 5 seconds on that. Same situation, though, that we have for the note tomorrow. Basically, see a trading range for the market on hold until the Fed speaks. Definitely a B. Perhaps a new movement out of the 08 area. We're currently at 01. So the first buy area is going to be 29 to 01. And then 21 to 25. On the sell side, last rotate up stopped at 8. Then at 10, so 7 to 11 will be sell 1. 15 to 19 will be sell 2. Again, the only news anybody's going to pay attention to tomorrow is going to be the announcement by Janet Yellen. Okay, gold was in whipped around by the news today. The outer edges of our support and resistance areas held. We had a sell in the 40 area, then 45, 47 was number 2, 40 to 43 was number 1. On the buy side, we were buying 33 to 35, and went a little bit lower than that. So just kind of moving sideways, waiting on the FOMC. So we're where we were this morning. We're going to sell 40 to 42, 45, 47. No change from the Fed is actually supportive for the stock market, because it means inflation, when it does return, and it will, is being encouraged and supported by current Fed policy. So I look for a trading range market overnight, probably quieter than it was today. After China shook and stirred everybody up. Okay, crude we have these these just days that they just don't stop, and we had a $2.50 move in crude today. That's a big day. The official ISIS counterterrorism kicked off yesterday. Dempsey this morning made a statement, yes, there could be troops on the ground. So the drumbeat of war is louder than it was yesterday by crude. So this is resistance, 95 to 95 and a quarter. That's going to be sell one. The breakout came from 94 even, stops below 50. Buy one will be 25 to 50. Buy two will be 94 even to 93.75. Like I said, one headline could change everything. They were also very, very vocal and didn't get out of hand. Demonstrations in front of the Ukrainian parliament. They felt they'd been sold out by the current leadership on the trade pact or trade agreement with the EU. But there really isn't a hell of a lot that they can do. I mean, the EU tabled them and kept them off the table for a year. And, I mean, they're in a pretty dire situation in Ukraine. I mean, Russia cuts off their energy supply. Russia's their major client. I mean, you can't export crap to the rest of the world, so who do you sell it to? Russia. That's one of the reasons why our sanctions on Russia can't hurt very much. They don't buy a hell of a lot from us. So Ukraine's major market is Russia, and they are welded, tied together at the hip. There's no way to get around that. So, but they do need that natural gas. If you think winters are bad in the States, they are brutal. Sell one, 80 to 90. Sell two, we'll make it 95 to 30.05. Structure-wise, we broke this out at 65. I think we're headed lower, so we'll make 40 to 50 buy one. And then, 20 to 30 buy two. Now, having said that, this area right here is what you have to pay attention to. If we can't crack the 60-65 area in the overnight market, then it's going to be pretty easy to trade right back up to 30. So you have to keep that in mind for those of you that trade those hours, or that can trade the hours. I might be a little too bearish in my overnight assessment on where this market can go. Okay, might be doing some mic tests here in a little bit with Peter. Try to take the muffled sound out of it. Nancy is right. Otherwise, I'm going to see you at 6:45 a.m. Central Time. Y'all have a great evening. We'll get after it again tomorrow. Out of here.